Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I filmed this bronze summery makeup look for you. I really like the outcome and I think you guys will really enjoy it too. So if you want to see how I created this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing I'm starting off with is the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. It's this little one. Okay, for foundation, I'm going to take two different foundations. I'm going to take the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear Foundation in the shade 220 Buff. And then I'm also going to take a little bit of the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation in the shade 120. So I'm going to take these two and I'm going to mix them. Corbella, get out of here. This is what I have to deal with, okay? So that mix of those foundations I actually really love. Like, my skin looks super pretty and it looks a little less matte than I would usually go for, but since this is like a summery bronzy look, I do want to go a little more dewy. Like I said, I have really oily skin, so a lot of the time if it's not a super matte foundation, it will not last. But I don't know, we'll have to see. But I think it's a really nice mix. But anyways, now I'm going to go on to concealer. I'm going to use just a little bit of the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer. This is in the shade Light. It's summer and I want to look a little more natural. I mean, not like this looks natural at all, but you know what I mean. Like, I want a little bit of my color showing through and stuff. So I went a little bit lighter on my foundation coverage. Didn't pack as much on, and so I'm also doing a little bit lighter with the concealer. Quite a few new items that I'm going to be trying out today, like do a little first impressions of them. I mean, that mixture that I just did, neither of the foundations were first impressions, but the mixture together was first impression. And so I also have some other items that I can add on to this little first impressions part of the video. So, oh shoot. I got this little Bye Bye Pores pressed powder from It Cosmetics. It's just in this little like plastic thing because it's just like a little sample size. But I really want to try it out just to set my under eyes. I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm going to take this side, and this is a wet beauty blender, and I'm going to go and put this under my eyes.
Someone take a ride with me back to the planet sanity, desert plain, ocean wave, techno crazy.
Okay, so I also have a new bronzer and blush to try out, but it's just a little sample paper. And this is the Becca Sunlit Bronzer and Shimmering Skin Perfector Luminous Blush. And I thought it would go really good with this look. So I'm going to take my e.l.f. Angled Blush Brush and I'm going to go into the Sunlit Bronzer in the shade Bronze Bondy. I feel like it's a pretty natural bronzer, and I don't know, I really like that. And that was the Becca Sunlit Bronzer in Bronze Bondy, this one. And now I'm going to go in with the Snapdragon Blush and apply that to my cheeks. Ooh, that's pigmented. I like blush though, so. Ooh, that is so pretty. I might actually get these, I'm not sure, but I really like them. Now I'm going to contour my nose, and I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Mega Glow contouring palette, this one, and I'm going to take this eyeshadow brush that I always use, and I just use it for nose contour too. I multi-purpose my brushes because I don't have that many. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to go into the contour shade. Okay, so I'm letting the sides of my nose contour bake a little bit. I'm going to start on the eyeshadow. And I'm going to be using, can you guess it, the palette I use like every day of my life, the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, because it's the best, as we all know by now. And I think, like I said, I'm going to be doing a bronzy kind of makeup look. So first off, I'm going to take my transition that I always go in with, this one, which I feel like I'm about to hit pan on. And I'm going to just take my Sigma E40 brush that I use all the time, and I'm going to put that into my crease.
But we
next shade I'm going to go in with is this shade right here.
Concrete hazy, won't you take a ride with me?
So the next shade I'm gonna go in with is this shade right here. I'm gonna take this fluffy brush that it's still a fluffy brush, still blends it out really good, but it's just a little bit smaller, so it goes a little bit more precise, and I'm gonna put that into my crease. So I'm basically just doing the same thing with every color, but just different colors, and they get a little bit deeper each time. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this Morphe R39 brush. It's like a tapered blender brush, and I'm gonna go into this shade down here, and that's just gonna, I'm gonna put that on the outer corner just to make it add a little bit of depth before I apply the shimmer on the inner, because I don't apply shimmers to like the whole entire lid, so I need something on the outside to connect with it. So now I'm just taking my Sigma E65, this little small angled brush. I'm just taking a little bit of my foundation that I used, just the Fenty one, I didn't mix it for this, and I'm just gonna do a half cut crease. Look up, that little line up there, when that transferred, that's as high as I need to do my cut crease. Since I put it eyes, that's where I need to put it so that you can still see it.
Plain ocean wave, techno crazy, won't you take a ride with me? Take a ride with me.
So once I've cut my crease with foundation, I didn't set it with any powder. I'm gonna go in with I guess this shade. I'm going with this bronze shade on my lid. That might be a little too dark, and I might go in with the lighter one afterwards, but we're just gonna wait and see. I'm gonna take this Tarte Unicorn flat brush, and I'm gonna go into that shade on this brush and tuck it on. Okay, so after I packed that bronzy shade all over my lid, I took a little bit of this shade right here just to brighten it, and I put that more on like the inner half of my eyelid. Okay, so I just applied a little bit of Gimme Brow in the shade 3 to my eyebrows because I hate filling in my eyebrows, so I always just put this in them, and they're very good on. Like, I'll fill in my eyebrows when they're nicely, like they're nice and clean and just done, I'll fill them in, but other than that, I hate filling in my eyebrows. Okay, so this is gonna be another first impressions. This is the Milk Makeup Liquid Strobe. It doesn't say a shade name, but it's just this goldy color, this one, and I'm gonna try it, so we'll see. This might ruin the whole look, I don't know. So I'm just gonna, oh my god, I'm just gonna put a little bit on my cheek, and I'm gonna dab it out.
Hands up for a miracle, up high for...
I really like that. This is the Milk Makeup Liquid Strobe. So as of now, I would definitely recommend this. So that highlight, it doesn't like blend out amazing. Like you can kind of, I feel like that's how it is with most creams or liquids. They don't blend out as well as like if you put a powder highlight on your face, but you know, it blended out well enough, and I think it's really, really pretty. It's a little bit glittery, so if you don't like glittery highlights, which normally I don't, then you might not like this, but I don't normally like glittery highlights either, and I actually really love this, so I'll definitely keep using that. So I'm also going to go over that highlight with a little more of one of my favorite highlighters. This is the Too Faced Candlelight Glow in the shade Rosy Glow. This little one's still lasting me. I've been using this highlight throughout my whole channel, and it still hasn't hit pan, and it's just a little small size. So I'm going to take my R36 brush, and I'm just going to go over lightly because I don't want to go too crazy. Normally with like a liquid, you're supposed to set it, which a liquid or a cream, you're supposed to set it with the powder over top, but this one seems to have like dried down. But I'm still setting it with a powder just because I want it to last. Okay, I'm just kind of jumping around all over the place and doing different steps. So now I'm going to go back to my Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to take this orange shade right here. I used that to blend out these edges at the very end of my eye makeup. I don't know if I showed that part, but I'm going to take the flat brush I used for the shimmer, and I'm just going to wipe that off, and I'm going to use that to put the orange on my lower lash line.
Flashback to a year ago. Count stacks 52.
Okay, and then I'm going to take this highlight shade that I always use. It's the second shade here in the palette. I'm going to highlight my inner corners.
To the planet sanity, desert plain, ocean wave, techno crazy, won't you take a ride with me?
Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Revlon eyelash curler and I'm going to curl my eyelashes. Did these used to scare anyone else when they were little? I used to think this was like, looked like it was so painful. Like I thought it actually hurt. So I thought it was like a torture device. And then I'm going to go in with pretty much my favorite mascara, which when I first tried this, it's so weird. This always happens to me. When I first try stuff, I don't like it sometimes. And then I end up loving it. So like the packaging is all messed up. But this is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, as I was saying. And now this has become like my favorite mascara. Like I tend, and no, the brush is supposed to be bent like this. It somehow bent like this on its own, and I like actually really like it like that because it makes it easier to apply. But this has become like my favorite mascara, even out of my high-end mascaras. Like you can't go wrong with a drugstore mascara. They're so good. And I don't know, I have a lot of high-end mascaras and I have less drugstore mascaras, but I feel like my drugstore ones are actually my favorite. And so I would recommend, I mean, unless you want high-end mascaras, like I like having high-end makeup, don't need to get a high-end mascara for sure. Like drugstore mascaras are just as good, and some are, like I said, even better. So okay, so for lips I'm gonna go in with this Buxom gloss, and this is in the shade Sugar, and it's just this really pretty gloss that smells like a caramel coffee, and it feels like plumping, but I don't think it actually plumps. I don't think it's meant to be a plumping gloss, is what I'm saying, but it's very like minty. I don't know. Now that my look's all finished, I feel like my eyebrows look weird with this dramatic of a look not filled in. So I'm going to take my little angled brush that I used earlier and I just wiped it off. And I'm going to use the NYX Tame and Frame Tinted Brow Pomade, and in the shade Brunette. And I use a darker eyebrow pomade because I have, as you can see, my eyebrows are darker than my hair. I'm just going to lightly fill this in. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I think it turned out super nice, and I'm very happy with the outcome, and I think this is a super pretty summer look. Obviously, I mean, I wouldn't call this an everyday summer look, but you know, if you want to get a little glam, a little dressed up, then I feel like this is super pretty. You can add a lip, do like a brown nudie lipstick too, but I'm more for gloss, so that's why I did that. But you can change this however you want. Add a wing if you want, add some lashes. I don't really like lashes, so I don't wear them very often. And yeah, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.